The Xbox has done what many thought was unthinkable last generation. It has changed the tides that once raged against it to its favour. Step by step, Xbox has righted many of its weaknesses, and because of this, Xbox is poised to be more competitive than it ever was before. However, as is always the case with the Xbox, there are no guarantees for success. The last fundamental element holding it back from attaining victory is one of the most crucial ones in this medium, and that is exclusives. We're about to head into E3 2021 and all eyes are on Xbox. In what must be an industry first, at least in recent memory, the Xbox Series consoles launched with next to no exclusive titles. This is a glaring omission in an industry that values exclusive experiences, and particularly when a use case needs to be made to justify the cost of jumping into the next generation of gaming, when cross-generational experiences continue to dominate the landscape. Microsoft declared that the Xbox Series X is the world's most powerful console, but with no new exclusive titles that really show off that power, this has served to be counterintuitive to the narrative it was seeking to rely on. We are 6 months after launch, and we have scarcely seen any gameplay for the suite of next-generation first-party exclusives in the works for Xbox. Meanwhile, the industry leader, PlayStation, has now released several PlayStation exclusives receiving positive critical acclaim, with the excellent-looking next-gen-only Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart due to release just a couple of days before Xbox's E3 show. Gamers are hungry to see what the Xbox Series consoles are capable of doing, and after its lackluster showing last year, Xbox has no choice but to impress us at E3 2021. The thing is, on paper at least, Xbox has more than enough to blow away gamers. More so than any of its competitors in my opinion. Hellblade 2 was the game that Xbox first chose to show off what its next-gen console could do. The trailer was shown off in 2019 and the impressive footage was supposedly captured in-engine. This is the title to show off the power of the Xbox Series consoles, and rumours suggest that Hellblade will not make an appearance at E3 owing to development being hampered by the global pandemic. But Xbox desperately need an exclusive that is a visual heavyweight, and this is the perfect candidate. So if Hellblade 2 is a no-show, what else can carry the torch for Xbox as far as visuals are concerned? Well then, we have to look at the next-gen only titles that are in the works for the Xbox Series consoles. The ones that we know so far are Avowed, Perfect Dark, Everwild, Forza Motorsport, and Project Mara. The problem is, these titles are most likely years away from release, so it is unlikely that we will see gameplay for them at E3. However, any snippets of actual gameplay from these titles will go a long way in aiding the Xbox. So without these titles at E3 2021, what can Xbox actually do to impress us? Halo Infinite is almost certainly going to be a highlight of Xbox's show. A lot is riding on Microsoft's flagship title that has suffered from a delay, as well as extreme scrutiny for its lackluster visual quality. A successful E3 is not possible for Xbox without a successful showing of Halo Infinite. The gaming world will be watching eagle-eyed to see whether 343 can live up to its promise to refine the visual quality to match fan expectations. Then, 343 have the task of impressing us with the multiplayer component for the game. Little information has been provided so far, but do expect to see a reveal of this at E3, along with a release date and a possible announcement of a beta. Rumours are abound of a reveal of a sequel to the seminal racing series from Playground Games, Forza Horizon 5. This almost seems a certainty, with the game rumoured to be set in Mexico. Whilst most likely a cross-generation game, considering the pedigree of the studio and just how impressive the last game looked, Forza Horizon 5's gameplay will no doubt be met with much fanfare. I mean, just look at how impressive Forza Horizon 4 looks even now. However, despite its incredible legacy and quality, Xbox fans will want to see more than a heavy reliance on this title, particularly when critics often cite Microsoft's reliance on Halo, Forza, and Gears as a problem. One of the biggest highlights of E3 will no doubt be the Xbox and Bethesda Games showcase, fresh off the heels from Microsoft's acquisition of ZeniMax that shook the industry. Aaron Greenberg has confirmed that viewers will learn everything they want to about the gaming lineup coming out of this partnership, but the game that a lot of people have their sights set on is Starfield. Starfield, stated to be a single-player game set in space, developed by Bethesda Game Studios, is inevitably going to create waves, be they negative or positive. Speculation has been rife around the question of its exclusivity on the Xbox platform, as well as its release date. Hopefully, both questions will be answered at E3. We know very little about the game, save for purported leaked images, but Starfield is no doubt one of the most important games in Xbox's arsenal, and the game needs to impress, particularly considering how much hype it seems to have garnered prematurely. There are several studios under the Bethesda banner, such as Machine Games behind Wolfenstein, id Software responsible for Doom and Quake, Tango Gameworks, and more, who will no doubt have titles in the works, and anything they show at E3 will be a boon for Xbox. There may be unannounced titles that may be getting their debut at E3. Another studio acquisition being announced at E3 would do wonders, and if Hideo Kojima's partnership with Xbox is true, this would send shockwaves throughout the industry. Wait for E3 has become a bit of a meme associated with Xbox, and quite rightly so in my opinion. Whilst the long-distance future of Xbox looks bright, the immediate one has a lot of question marks surrounding it. Xbox Game Pass has helped Xbox's goodwill tremendously, but the deficit in exclusives is the final piece of the puzzle that Xbox has to solve. This E3 is crucially important for Xbox, and I for one hope they do not play it conservatively. This is an excellent opportunity for Xbox to lay that meme to rest. What do you think about Xbox and its chances to impress us at E3? What do you think would constitute a successful E3 for Xbox? Let me know in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.